to the Honest Wargamer. I'm Rob, obviously, and I'm joined by, I think, the winner of Nashcon 2019.
We'll see.
Very excited, Jake LeCure. Got that right?
Yeah, you did.
Fantastic. And you're all the way over from Detroit?
Detroit, that's correct.
You got a big wargaming group there, right?
We sure do, yeah.
Do you want to tell me about it?
Aurelian, obviously, people probably know him on Twitter. Sean Clark, Nuke Doctor. We've got about a dozen of us that are doing pretty well in tournaments. I think Donnie picked up third at Midwest Meltdown, so we had 1, 2, 3 there. So pretty hard club, if we do say so ourselves.
That's great.
It's fun, yeah.
How regularly do you play?
Try to get 2 to 3 games in on Sundays, and we'll see if we can get more during the week. So it depends. Some players are getting 3, 4 games a week. I usually play every other week. So,
I mean, that's in 2 or 3 a week, still pretty good,
we
realistically.
try to do a tournament every month and a half or so.
Okay, it's a pretty serious schedule.
Yeah, that's what we try to do.
Okay, good. And so how long have you been playing Warhammer for?
I got started when I was 11. So I've been playing for, 19 years now.
Okay.
So not competitively, though. My first competitive tournament was the very last one of 8th edition. So I showed up, played it, and then 8th edition blew up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know how this game works anymore. And so got started with Age of Sigmar when points went away, and it was kind of the Wild West, and we just figured it out from there, and it's been fun.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And so is the first time you picked up Daughters of Cain, which you used this weekend, or have you used?
I've been playing a lot. So after Adepticon, I've been playing Daughters. Before that, I was playing Nagash and Grimghast. I had a big ice-themed army. I have a Khorne army out there as well. Legion of Asgore coming soon. I got them.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All right. Do you know how much you just got up? Like, I've got it's kind of heart palpitations going now, which isn't good for me.
Right? Keep calm over there.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but what made you decide to bring Daughters this weekend?
Well, first off, I've been working enough on this army. It took me about a year to get it to where it's at now.
It's crazy cool, right?
Yeah, so I've sculpted every cloak on it. It's taken me forever to paint it, and so been just taking it, turning it to tournament, wanted to play that. I don't know, started it last November, so I guess it's not about a little, 2/3 of a year or so. So just wanted to kind of finish out a tournament season. I told myself if I got awards, like major awards this weekend, that I'd kind of put it on the shelf. We'll see. It might come out for Circle City Clash. We'll see, which is a team event. So we don't have many of those in the States, so that'll be one of our first.
That's really exciting.
Team event.
I really like the format of team events.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Okay, cool. And then obviously you went, you've gone 5-0 at this event.
Yep.
How did you find the game? Do you want to run us through them?
Yeah, so game 1 I played against Tyrants of Blood, Khorne, which is tough with Scarbrand. One combat phase with him swinging twice because of Reapers of Vengeance. He had 32 mortal wounds to my unit. And
wow.
Yeah, that as I watched my unit just explode, that was terrifying. I was using my secondary list, so I had snakes in that list. So I had very quickly lost my Sisters of Slaughter, which is all my mobility. Managed to take down the Thirsters there, so it worked out for me. Game 2, I played.
Let's just touch on that a minute, because obviously at Nashcon, if you guys are unaware, it's a 2-list format. So you turn up with 2 lists, you decide on
Correct,
the. Question 1: what 2 lists? What was the differences between your 2 lists?
Yep.
And also follow up, how did you find the format?
I really think the format's cool. It allows you to kind of change your list just ever so slightly. I think last year they allowed you to just stay in the Grand Alliance, which was wild. This year they kind of locked it down a little bit now that the allegiances are a little bit thicker. There's a lot more to them. So I thought it was really cool. So I had one list that basically had 20 snakes in it, but no Marathi. The other one had Marathi, is basically the difference.
And what is and what were your matchups that made you think that you wanted to run one or the other?
Yeah, I didn't ever want to put the snakes out there against Slanesh because they would just eat them up for depravity. Snakes weren't going to go out there against Fire Slayers because they're just going to die. They were basically there for kind of a fun game or two. If I played against Stormcast, I was going to play snakes just to have them out there. But they're just slow. 8-inch move, they just I want them to be good. They're so cool on the table, and they just kill anything they touch. But they're not fast like the witches are. They can't sneak into little spots that no one's expecting. 2-inch reach is nice. They do a lot of damage, but realistically, I played in game 1 and I shelved him after that.
Oh, so you learned by experience. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
So sorry, you're on to your game 2.
Game 2, I played against Isaiah. He was running Slanesh.
The child wonder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he had a 4-drop list, and I managed. So I got I won the roll for deployment, so I was able to go first. So he had 2 keepers, 30 demonettes, 2 units of Hellstriders, a contorted epitome, mask, and the harp player. I can't remember what they're called. In Rapturous. So he kind of split. It was 4 objectives, 1 in each corner. I think it's total commitment, or is that focal points? I can't remember which.
Focal points.
Focal points, got it. So he was split the keepers in the corners. So I threw Marathi. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was Duality of Death. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up on all this. So this was Duality. So threw Marathi on one, and I threw my entire army on the other, and just balled up and let him come at me. Teleported behind me and got into the core of my troops, but I managed to take the hit from the keeper, killed it in return, and then ended up just taking his heroes off so that he could summon. So very tight game. I think 4 rounds in a row of a keeper swinging on witches. I think he killed 6. Which that's not supposed
Was
to
that
happen.
your saves or his hits?
A little of both. He whiffed a lot, and then the 4 up, 5 up, 5 up holds pretty well.
Real right.
It's pretty broken.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Yeah, it really is. It's just dumb.
It's nice hearing the Daughters gameplay being like, yeah, this is dumb. Yeah.
In Detroit, when we play something that's completely broken, we know it's broken. We will tell you it's broken, and then we will keep playing it.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
That's why we play it. 'Cause it's just broken. So.
What do you play next?
So I've got a KO that I want to get out. I want to get the a good old leaf blower out for a bit. But I really want to play. I have a Blades of Corn army that I want to play based on Beastmen. I think there's a lot to that.
I think if you pick yourself up 30 Bestigor, you've probably and then you get your starter box 3 times. You've got like 5 armies pretty much like half built there.
Yep.
Which I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I've got 40 Gore, 30 Bestigor, and 4 Bloodthirsters waiting for me. So
all right,
I'll
nice.
start building that out. So you can get a 2-drop really easily. You can play crazy MSU. I've been chatting with a couple people out there on the internet that are running like a 16 drop that go into one formation. So you can just have chaff all over the place and just flood the table. I think there's a lot to it.
Especially important with all the like late game summoning we're seeing at the minute, which is like winning games.
Yep, exactly.
I think that's huge. Sorry, your game 3?
So game 3, I was playing against Korn again, against last year's winner actually. So he won Nova and he won Nashcon here last year.
Wow.
So another Blades of Corn list, Tyrants of Blood. He was playing. Not the Reapers of Vengeance, the other demon one that allows you to always strike first.
Yes.
So he had 4 Bloodthirsters, 2 of the big axes, the Wrath of Korn, and the whip guy. And then he had the this was interesting. He had the what was the old go-to Korn formation, the one that everybody. The Bloodletter Bomb, what was that? Like last edition? What was that? Whatever that formation was called, I can't remember. So he had a few units in that, and the Bloodthirsters hit my wall. They can't.
Didn't you didn't kill your stuff. You didn't kill your naked women.
No.
Oh no, Spartan men in this case.
They're the dudes of Cain. Yeah, so that was he kind of bounced off. Was able to take one of them off. He played really well. A great micro game of summoning and zoning me out. But ultimately, once the Bloodthirsters were gone, he just didn't have any punch. He fought the whole time and kept it close. Got to give him credit to it. But ultimately, it was just he failed. I think 8 charge rolls turn 1, where he had all of his Bloodthirsters lined up, and if he got 4 Bloodthirsters into me, that could have done it. That could have broken me. But he got 1 in, and it came in. I killed it, and then I went up and killed the rest of them. So
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. And then you're going into we saw on the stream what happened on your game 4.
Yeah, the Fire Slayers, the unit you never want to ever see on the table. You don't go anywhere near that thing.
Unless you have Marathi.
Unless you have Marathi.
Yeah, the unit that can kill anyone against the unit that can't die.
Yeah, exactly. So that game, that was my first game on streams. That was a lot of fun.
First game ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get the nerves? Or were you okay with it?
I was just really focused on not playing something wrong. I didn't want to be out there and be like, oh, this guy cheated or whatever. So I'm like, all right, got to be really tight with my play. So that left me to forget one of my hags, and I didn't deploy her, which was... That should have cost me the game right there. Like, that level of an error is like, you don't deserve to win. Fortunately, he gave me a little bit of a gifted deployment, so I was able to take advantage of that. The 4 heroes were sitting right in front of the big block. They came up, took the objective. Marathi jumped up.
Yeah,
killed the opposing hero.
I wasn't 100%. If you listen to it back, you'll see I wasn't 100% sold on that as a strategy.
I didn't understand. Like, I thought something was going to happen. I'm like, this doesn't quite add up to me. So I was like, just waiting for it to shake out. And I still had the opening. I was like, oh, I'll go for it. I thought maybe he was going to try and charge me. So I tried to. I stayed at 26 inches so that he couldn't get to me. ended up working out.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Interesting game. And then your final game, which is really cool, you end up playing against your clubmate who you've flown over with or drove.
Yeah, we flew down, but we'll always drive to tournaments together. And our day 2 matchups, we nickname this our tournament club day because we always play on Sundays normally, and it seems that when we hit tournaments that we're always going to be playing. We're always playing clubmates there. So
you play Sean with his
Sean. So yeah, probably the best Flesh Eater Court list you can run right now. The Dragon, the Terrorgeist, Gristlegore. Terrorgeist is carrying the Doppelganger, so you can't charge it, or else it just makes you not fight. The Dragon, of course, has the trait for the extra rend. He's got 40 ghouls, 10 ghouls, 10 ghouls, Arc Regent, and then I think it was a Ghoul King is on foot. And I went first. I knew that I was ahead of the pack, so I was playing for a minor loss even is actually what I was playing for, because I thought that might actually take it. So I was playing super conservatively. I basically made a castle in the corner. Got all my buffs up because he gave me first turn. He got all of his buffs onto the Terrorgeist, but didn't want to go in when I have absolutely everything on me. So waited to second turn, won the priority for that, gave it to him. None of his buffs went off that turn. He failed like all of his spells, or I unbound one of them. It was abysmal. He got like the extra attacks up, but he only got one of them, and so he's sitting there. I can't go in with this. So now he burns the second turn. I get like 2/3 of my buffs up. I give him top of 3. He comes in on the corner, blows up 10 witches. He does a decent amount of damage, but he only had 1 extra attack. So Terrorgeists, unless they're like 2 or 3 extra attacks, they just don't quite have enough. I was able to pile in and fight it in the hero phase and kill it with a 6-inch pile.
Because I saw he only went in with one of the Ghoul Kings on Terrorgeist.
Yeah, he had a Ghoul King and a Dragon. So he had the Ghoul King on Dragon and Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, yeah.
And he only decided to go in one.
Yeah, he was trying to tag me on the side. I think it made sense. He was trying to tag me on the side, hoping he could blow up the front unit without engaging too much of it, because he knew that I had the bottom of 3, and so I could fight him in the hero phase. The problem was he got within 5.5 of my sisters, who then piled in. I got 8 of them in or something like that. They did 2 wounds, which isn't much. He had vitality up, so he was about as tough as he's going to get. And so they did 2 wounds, which didn't matter. But then the next hero phase, I put all the buffs on them. Catechism of Murder, Witch Brew. They're re-rolling all their hits. And I got another like 10 in. And then that just killed the Terrorgeist because he rolled just abysmally. Oh my God.
Wow.
I should have taken it down to like 3 or 4 wounds, but I should not have killed it.
No.
So.
And then that was just game.
Yeah, that was it. Because then he had the Dragon left that was out in the open, but I had enough to go kill the Dragon. The way I was positioned, I wasn't going to be able to get him off his objective, so I took the minor win, killed the Dragon, got my scheme, and now we'll see how it all shakes out.
Okay, well, I think that's excellent. I know, like you guys said, it wouldn't have been overly the most interesting. Sometimes that is, though, that kind of like Mexican standoff. I really like Taken Hold and objective and scenarios like that.
It would have been. I mean, we got through it in I think 40 minutes. We were at turn 3 was the only time that we were even rolling dice at each other, really. So. Yeah, we both had a lot of nerves for the stream. We just wanted to play a casual game, so we decided we'd play off stream. So
no, I think that's a good call, and I think also from a game perspective, it wouldn't have been the most fascinating game to watch ever. I mean,
Honestly.
It would be.
There's a very small group of us that would find that game, and I would find it interesting.
I find it interesting,
but we know that a vast majority of people would have seen that and gone, "This is terrible." Like, he's not even moving his witches, and because I wasn't. All I was doing was like shifting, throwing some buffs, and hoping I could roll 3 pluses.
So, what's the next tournament you're going to be at?
Circle City Clash is in Indianapolis. I think it's in second week of October.
Wow.
So we've got 2 teams from the Detroit Warhammer Club going down. So that's 4-person team event. So we're trying to figure out what our lists are going to be, but it's likely going to be Slaanesh, Feck, Daughters, and then Bone Splitters is likely what we're going to run. But we'll see what that 4th is. Maybe it's going to be Skaven or KO. We'll see what it all lays out to be. So should be fun.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you for being on here. Thank you to you guys watching.